Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel to the part 2 of the Prelims 2026 series. This series is intended to share with you the most important tips and tricks that has helped me clear the UPSC Preliminary Examination 2023, and we need to ensure that you all come out in flying colors to this examination. So let's get started. It comes to a point that is nearer to the examination doubt that all of you will have is how and when to attend and where to attend the mock tests. Coming to my preparation, attending of mock tests were equally important as I was looking at the previous year questions also, because attending mock tests made me familiarize with the kind of exam-like environment that I need to sit and face the questions and the examination, and also the peers, the peer group with which I have to sit and write the examination. Now, a lot of you guys will be very confident about the examination, but facing the examination in real time and also dealing with the pressure, the anxiety on the day of the examination is a different ball game altogether. Initial attempt also, I feel that is one of the mistakes that I committed, that I was ready to face the examination, but I was not ready to face the kind of environment that I have to sit and face the examination, or that the fact that I have to see my competitors with me when I was writing the examination, etc., which would really change my mindset while I was facing my questions or dealing with how difficult or easy the examination itself is. Also, attending of mock test will help you understand that in a given pattern of questions, what is your strategy of answering the questions. I would like to personally share my experience of how I was doing it, the strategy of answering the questions. I used to answer each question paper in about 3 iterations. The first iteration started with the questions that I was most familiar with, and in the first reading itself that I was able to reach to the conclusion or to the final answer. So for those questions, I used to put a tick mark against the question and I used to tick the right option that I thought was the answer. And at the end of reading all the 100 questions, I would mark those questions that I was most certain about into the OMR sheet also. Now, in the first iteration itself, to the second degree of questions, the questions in which I thought that if I give more thought to it, or I have a 50-50% chance of answering it, I would then encircle those questions. So after I have transferred all the questions that I know with clarity into the OMR sheet, in the second iteration, I would focus on the questions where I've put this encircling thing and look at these questions and give them more time to answer. As and when I was able to answer each of those questions with clarity, where I have a 50-50% chance, I would individually transfer these answers to the OMR sheet. After my second iteration of doing so, now I have more time to the questions in which I was not at all familiar with, or I was not at all able to reach to the conclusion, and where I have not marked anything in the question paper. I would then start reading those questions. Sometimes in these difficult, very difficult questions, where in the first or the second reading you might be feeling that you don't know the question or the topic at all, in the third reading or the fourth reading you might get to some sort of a conclusion or some sort of a reference or a keyword which you have sometime read any time back during your preparation, and that is when the most difficult questions should also be given a chance if you have some sort of an understanding related to it. So that way, in the first iteration, when I try to ensure that the maximum set of questions in which I know the answers have been transferred to the OMR sheet, and in the second iteration to the questions in which I have a 50-50% chance, and out of reading it multiple times that now I am able to reach to certain degree of conclusion, I would then transfer them to the OMR sheet. I am in a safer zone because with respect to my time, with the 2 hours that I had, maybe within like 1.5 hours, I'm already in a safe situation. Now I have enough clarity and time to focus on the very difficult questions where I can give the required amount of time, as much as time required, to try to reach a conclusion. And it's not at all compulsory, but just try to reach to the conclusion or to make some sort of a correlation, mix or match, so that any keyword that I'm able to remember or match, I will be able to reach to a conclusion. This way, I feel that attending mock test and following this pattern of how many iterations you should be able to do is truly very important and will give you a right amount of confidence and strategy that is specific to you to face the examination. Having your own specific strategy before the day of examination, giving it enough practice is truly very important, and that is when the mock tests become very important for you. First of all, to familiarize with the exam-like environment, sitting with your peers and answering the questions, and also to try, test and fight with the strategy that you yourself have chosen for, and ensuring that that is a strategy that really works for you too. If you have any thoughts with respect to confusions of your strategy, please try and test it before and attend enough number of mock tests for you to get clarity on your preparation level. If you have any queries with respect to your preparation process, do let me know. I've already shared my mail ID with you guys, and also you can mention it in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I wish you all the best, and I believe that you will integrate this specific aspect into your preparation process. If you have not been doing it so far, from today, try to integrate it. I wish you all the very best to come out with flying colors in the civil service examination. Thank you so much.